this is why like older guys and younger women work pretty well.
Yeah.
Is because the guys already have had lived experience per 7-10 years more than the girl that he's with. And so therefore he already has this, works much better. Like a muse mastery works better if you actually have the mastery, you know? And so that sort of creates this behavior, this manifests, I guess, in the relationship, because you want to, like you've said this on several occasions, you want to date a younger girl because you can show her things. You want to show her this world that you've already been through, and like, hey, come and check all this cool shit out that I saw 10 years ago when you were only 10 years old, you know, whatever. Like, and now I want to share this with you, kind of thing. And that's the attitude. I'm not saying you actually have to do that.
There's nothing wrong with dating. I want
to
make sure, like, because I get criticized this. My ex-girlfriend was 24 years younger than me. Okay. But I didn't choose for her to be 24 years younger than me. All right. That wasn't, it's just when you are a man and you're older and you stay in shape and you stay relevant, you have a deep voice and you can command a room and you're relevant and competent, younger women will choose you. You don't have to go looking for them. They will, because the people that they're having to contend with in their 20s are Tekashi 6ix9ine, Machine Gun Kelly in a fucking pink dress, the Island Boys. Like that's who her dating pool is. So of course she wants a fucking man who's older. But again, 47 used to look like Archie Bunker. Now 47 looks like Tom Brady. That's the difference. Yeah. And so, of course, women are choosing men who are older. There's no problem. I've dated women in their 30s, women in their 20s. I have no problem dating women who are older. That is not the issue. The issue is when you're a relevant man and you're older and you have success and wisdom, younger women will choose you. And these older women who think it's gross and pedophilic, they need to fucking get over it because when you were 22, you wanted nothing to do with me. You know how many girls that were 22 at the University of Texas at Austin that I wanted to date that I would have married if they had looked at me twice. And now they're 47 and I'm 47 and they're like, why don't you want to settle down? Like, you didn't want to settle down when I was 22. You passed me over for the rich older guy. So stop. I don't need to hear it.
Like when I look at Jason Statham, my age, Vincent Castle, my age. Yes. I like, so again, it's not like he went and like searching out these chicks. The chicks search him out.
That's the point.
And it's a man's prerogative to choose these younger women if they wish to.
Yeah.
And this is what pisses off these older women is the lower sexual market value, because which is why they keep trying to call it like pedophilia and like disgusting, and they're trying to do that thing where they restructure society to benefit them. But at the end of the day, it is a natural innate attraction, because all of the qualities that sort of are conducive to a
and who's now recognizing this is like Rob Henderson and Steve Stewart Williams, because that's actually because his new book's coming out. He's putting out little snippets of it on Twitter and on Substack and stuff. And that was one of the things he was talking about, is like how women are looking for guys anywhere between like 3 to 7 years older than they are right now. And it's something I've been saying since day fucking one, that everybody said, no, Rolla, you just think you still got it. I'm like, no, statistically, this is true.
Again, that kind of language to try and like, devalue it or dismiss it, where it's just like,
that gets me right now.
Men just want this. And
I kind of wanted to talk about that too with both of you guys here, is because I'm seeing a lot of red pill content coming from Evo Psych gatekeepers, coming from just gatekeepers in general, like from Tom Beaulieu and Chris Williamson. And it might not come from them directly, but it's like whoever's acceptable enough for them to go and do an interview of, like, or Steve Bartlett, or Trigonometry. By the way, Trigonometry just and shout out to James Sexton. He was on Trigonometry right now. They just dropped it today. So he was on Trigonometry, and then last week he was on with Chris Williamson, and I think he's going on with Rogan. I think he's getting on with Rogan.
Damn.
All within the space of a month. I'm like, fuck, somebody got past the gate. Andrew Wilson got past the gate. He's on Joe Rogan right now too. But I see all of these themes that you and I have been talking about like forever. And now people are suddenly it happened half an hour ago. The shit that we've been talking about for, in my case, like 2 decades. Now it's okay to talk about that kind of stuff. And
it's the window shift. Yeah. What do they call it? The Dobson window? What do they call it?
No, it's the
Overton window.
The Overton window. Yeah.
Now it's okay.
Yeah.
But it's only okay from approved sources. Yeah. Right. So it's like when Huberman's talking about like moving from, one location to another to like 3 different locations during a date, and how that's healthy and that's a good way to run a date. You got Chris Williamson saying, well, pickup artists weaponized that years ago. I'm like, why is it weaponized for PUAs, but it's not weaponized when Andrew Huberman basically confirms that it's true?
It's like me showing a woman that I am I have a strong network of people who would be able to protect and align with us if we were to have children. That's manipulation now.
Yeah,
like, that's crazy to me. I just don't understand.
It's a man displaying his power.
Yeah,
that has been demonized.
It's madness to me, and it's like because pickup artists used it at some point. And sure, I'm sure some pickup artists have done nefarious stuff, but like now it's like all of a sudden, again, we're living in a world where most guys don't look like you, Chris. They're not as famous as you, Chris. They're completely ignored. And now they're trying to do something where they take a woman to multiple locations and she gets to know him better. And that's manipulation. Yeah. This is insane. The point that we've gotten to, men even trying to level up is now misogynistic.
Yes,
right? Wow, that's madness. Like how it's just so, it's like these men at the bottom should just know their place and stay with the boot heel of society on their neck and just enjoy it and just get used to it.
Well, this is exactly why the people use the phrase like women live life on easy mode. Because they've put men in such a position where they're subservient to pretty much any of their needs or requirements, and anything that is perceived as male empowerment is immediately demonized.
Yeah.
So it's like a woman gets to make the decisions and the choices, and like I guess because I have stronger feelings for you. You can all fuck off now.
Yeah.
So literally anything that is that could be perceived as male empowerment is immediately demonized because then that is seen as a threat to the sort of female dominance of society.
The narrative. It's the gynocentrism.
Like a sexual caste system.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. I also want to point, I was telling you on the drive over here, I was listening to the latest video by Nick Freitas, and he's trying to outline like the problem, but like the gender gap divide or whatever it is, why there's like such conflict, or the male loneliness epidemic and all this other stuff. And I got some videos I'll show later on, but like he was talking about this and he wanted to sort of like clear the air. And it's funny because he had to do a disclaimer at the beginning of the video, like, I don't hate women when I'm saying this, right? And I don't think men are the problem. I don't think women are the problem. He's just trying to like sort of square the circle there. But the very fact that you have to say that in the first place should tell you what the operative state of of humanity and society is, that you would have to even say that.
It doesn't even work. Saying that stuff doesn't even work.
Yeah. And so and again, another guy who's covering ground we've already covered a long time ago, and he brought up the marriage rate, which I've brought up a million times on this show and other shows, 6.1 per 1,000. I'm glad he got that right. Thank you for being accurate, Nick Freitas. But again, it's these guys who are just coming into this right now, and they're using this kind of content, making it sound like it's just something that happened this year or a while. And it's like, no, dude, we've been talking about, in my case, I've been talking about this since like 2004, 2007.
I heard somebody say this and I thought it was really interesting. We're going to look back 200 years at this point in time and being like, there was this massive population collapse and we didn't know what was going on at the time. And then they're going to show all these manosphere shows and it'll be like, these were people who were seeing what was going on and they were trying to describe the problem before the problem happened.